I'm begging viewers on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. We're doing this emergency Saturday night transmission to go to Infowars.com and see the videos and the articles of top Pentagon advisors, top Russia experts who are pro-America on Fox News and other channels documenting that we are at the greatest danger of a new Cold War and a nuclear war that we've ever been in. Now, that said, the information we're about to exclusively reveal here right now could stop this. And I'm going to get into the backstory and the fact that the rebels got caught staging chemical attacks 3 times. We have no memory of that. Remember, that was on the news. That's been confirmed even by our own government. Our own Pentagon came out and said that. So we're going to go over all of this. But the former head of NATO and the former number 3 general in the U.S. military, Wesley Clark, went public a decade ago in 3 different speeches in 1 week, and then he shoved about it, saying that he was at the Pentagon. They showed him a classified program. He leaked this illegally, but he believed he had a right to do it, and I agree with it. And I don't like Wesley Clark's politics, but he's an old-fashioned liberal who I agree with on not having a nuclear war. And he was the guy that when they wanted to drop nukes on the Russians in Serbia said no. And remember, he got that order. That came out in the news then, and the British general under him said no as well. But they got orders from the politicians, go ahead and just nuke the Russians in Pristina when they land at the airfield, taking back that area for the Muslims. I mean, so just Wesley Clark doesn't want his kids to die. He's not perfect. He's not suicidal. He's not a crazy person. He's one of the highest IQ generals in the last 50 years, top of his class. This is a liberal. We got Elizabeth Warren praising the airstrikes. Hillary's praising it. I got it all here. The left's going, what do you mean the left's doing it? No, it's Trump wants war. Well, Trump said he was an interventionist and didn't want the Iraq war and didn't want to go after Serbia. That's why I supported him. People are saying I'm a fair weather friend. No. I have my line in the sand on World War III and my children dying and your children dying. The Russians have stood down so far, but the globalists will just stage more provocation. So there's 3 of these videos online. And I'm going to show you some of the mainstream news articles. There's global research, global warfare. We're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years. They're about 5 years behind. They took out 3 of them. Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Iran. And then they describe how they're going to do it. So why is this so important? Because you're told it's about chemical weapons. You're told that, we just woke up and we launched 100 and some cruise missiles and dropped all these bombs on the Russians and people who were fighting ISIS, by the way, that our government funded. We're supposed to just wake up in a new world and forget all that. But it's in the Saudi Arabian cables. It's in the WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks released more stuff today, as if we needed to see it, that Trump and the Saudi Arabians and Kushner and everybody want to overthrow Assad, who's being westernized. They got hotels, they got swimming pools. So the jihadis attacked 6 years ago. Okay, overthrow Assad and put in something better? You're going to overthrow him and put in people that eat hearts and throw gays off buildings? And I'm not patronizing the gays, virtue signaling to the leftist gays will leave me alone. You're a bunch of followers. You're going to hate me all day long. You don't care. I'm just against throwing anybody off a building for who they have sex with, because of who I am. See, I do this because of my morals, and I'm upset about it. So this is crazy town, ladies and gentlemen. The Arab Spring was funded. It's all been declassified. Look it up. 7 years ago by Obama, Google and Facebook helped promote it. They let Al-Qaeda and ISIS promote on social networks to overthrow our allies, you name it, to do all this. And finally in Syria, it got stopped. It got rolled back in Egypt as well. And it's all part of that plan. Now, I'm not an Israel hater, but Netanyahu's pushing this. He's up against indictment. He wants a diversion. Trump wants a diversion from, all the stupid Stormy Daniels stuff, his lawyer getting raided. I cared about Trump because he was a maverick and trying to bring the economy back. But if he goes sideways, I'll throw him away like an old shoe. But the left has to be intellectually honest. Joy Behar was on The View Friday saying, Putin's great. He's fighting Trump. It's like, Trump's not on the Russian payroll. The Chinese are the ones running our country, and Trump's been fighting them. That's why they're pissed. They're the ones They have an economy 32 times the size of the Russians. They're the ones buying up Hollywood, but that's a side issue. Let's go to this video. This is the video they don't want you to see. There's 3 of these. This is the most powerful. There's Democracy Now! And 2 universities you spoke at, where he said, I'm in this meeting, secret meeting, and they show me, here's the countries we're going to overthrow, and here's how we're going to do it. And they just keep using it, and the rebels have been caught staging the chemicals, and they've sent Swiss inspectors in that are neutral. You know, the Swiss are neutral. That's the Swiss. They found chlorine gas. They didn't find sarin. Well, I can read Jane's Weapons Quarterly. I'm not a soldier, but I can read it. If VX is used, it basically kills you instantly if you get any of it. And a doctor that just touches it dies in minutes. But they're VX, Russians. Oh, here are the kids flopping around. It's chlorine gas attack. Anybody can cook that up. I can make chlorine gas. I don't want to promote this, but anybody can make chlorine gas in 5 minutes. You can go to the store, go to Walmart. You can make chlorine gas in 5 minutes. I can walk in. I should do a simulation of this, but I don't want people to do it. Like, walk in, get the stuff. I can make chlorine gas in 5 minutes. They have a chlorine gas. I remember growing up, I was visiting Houston once when I was a kid. There was a chlorine gas thing, like 10 miles from my uncle lived. We still kind of woke up, and it was in the sky. My eyes were burning, even though it was 5 miles away. And we're like, are we going to get out of here? And we actually drove for part of the day to get away from the chlorine gas. They had chlorine gas that anybody could cook up in a bathtub. And then we're supposed to have this giant war right as Russia's pulling out. How obvious, but it doesn't matter. We have the proof. We have the former head of NATO. We have the former number 3 top U.S. general who's saying there's a plan to cause World War III and do all this. We shouldn't do it. And there's a plan to take down Russia, who has a right to their own damn country. I say go work with Russia. Get their resources. Make them rich. Make us rich. We have unlimited resources, but there's this satanic force that wants power over other people. Instead of chivalry, where you're honorable, if you double-cross me, I'll crush you. But we're the ones double-crossing, but it's not us. It's the globalists that have parasitically taken over this country. So I'm going to show you some important documents in a moment, but first, if you will, Travis Knight, come over here and play that clip for folks. Carl.
About 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the Joint Staff who used to work for me. And one of the generals called me and he said, "Sir, you gotta come in. You gotta come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, "No, Liz." He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't know what else to do." So I said, "Well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda?" He said, No. He says, "There's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq." He said, "I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we got a good military and we can take down governments." And he said, "I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail." So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, "Are we still going to war with Iraq?" And he said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, he said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran."
Okay, so there is a global
is about the Middle East.
There's a global plan to bring these governments down. And our government, hijacked by globalists, funded the Arab Spring, the whole thing. And there you go. So the chemical weapons attacks, all of it, are a load of BS. I've got the articles right here, but I want to say something to liberals who never respond to facts because they're such cowards. You're all celebrating Trump doing this attack, going, "Oh, look at you evil right-wingers. You look at your guy, he's a warmonger." Do you realize it's Comey and the Democrats and Mueller, all Elizabeth Warren, Hillary Clinton, all saying, attack Syria, attack Russia, or you're a Russian agent? I mean, just be adults. This is your party. You're the ones bullying us into this. God, they get mad I cuss, but even at the end of Planet of the Apes, Charlton Heston says, God damn you all to hell, you blew it all up. You dumb bastards. I don't know, can we export that clip, maybe in with that? We don't have time, it doesn't matter. But Hillary Clinton, U.S. should take out Assad airfields. Your God, Brian Stelter, CNN. Wife calling. Hey, baby, I'm shooting a live video. I'll call you right back in 5 minutes. Yes, I promise, sweetheart. I don't want her to die in a nuclear war because I'm an extremist, I understand. Because I read all this stuff and actually research. I'm not a pseudo-intellectual liberal. I got too big a chest. I'm not metrosexual, so I can't be smart. I understand. I never built info work or everything. I'm not a Trinity. I don't work for some of the red stuff. So we've got all this here. And you've got Elizabeth Warren about how we need an attack. The left goes, why is Alex saying we want a war? It's Trump and you right-wingers. No, you guys don't even admit it when your own gods are buggy whipping the war. And that's what pisses me off. It's that I want you to wake up. I want you to be strong. I'm not in competition with you. I'm already awake and empowered. But you don't care, man. You just see corporate media and you worship it. So people are right. I should just triage you. I should stop worrying about you. For the people that are awake and active, just get more active, say no, don't do any business with leftists or globalists, and just build their own economies and get serious about this because these people are gone, man. You can't get to them. You can't get to them anymore. They think knowledge is evil. They hate us because we actually have memories. I don't know what to do anymore. Yeah, here's General Leslie Clark talks about classified memo stating the U.S. plan to take out 7 countries and to stage provocations to bring down Syria, blaming them for terror attacks. I mean, this is stuff from years ago, man. The Russians a month ago said that the globals were going to stage a chemical attack. And then, I don't just believe the Russians, the left babies, the freaking white helmets have a show on Netflix. They cut people's heads off on videos and they stage chemical attacks, but the left goes, oh, they're white helmets. They throw gays off buildings. It's liberal. It's all like if it's their grip. Like, oh God, it's kind of fun to cut guys' heads off and throw them off buildings. I'm liberal. I love George Soros. It's just like, what dimension do you people come from? You're not in power. You're schmucks. All right. I mean, here's another one. The Russians on March 18th said Syria's eastern militants prepare chemical attack, provocation, MOD tipped off. And then it happened a month later, just like they said. And then the Swiss ID it as cooked up chlorine gas, not sarin like they said. But again, I don't need to read that from the Russians. I don't just believe them. The doctors have kids flopping around with no mask on. These kids have been hit with sarin. If you were next to somebody hit with sarin, you'd die. It's that deadly. But again, I'm cursed with research. I'm cursed with chemistry. Like being smart. See, if you're smart, you're supposed to prey on the public. That's the globalists. But they're not even that smart. So if you're really smart, you don't want to prey on people because you love God, want to build bigger. But there's all these other people that are quasi-smart below you, and they're all just boiling around going, look how dumb these people are. Let's F them over. And you just can't even get the slaves to care. So I'm just up here doing my job. Russia's vowing major consequences of this. If they don't do a military strike, they'll just keep staging false flags till it happens. The globalists want to depopulate the planet. They want a nuclear war. That's what this is all about. All right, I'm going to end this transmission. The media made a huge deal about me last night, a little side feed. They went live. I was like, hey, let's go live in a minute. And Rob Dew had some other cameras. Went, oh, go live. He went live. And it was funny they got caught on tape because I might blow up like that and cuss maybe every 3-4 months. And usually it's not on camera. And it was legitimate, like having to realize that Trump's being turned, Trump's being blackmailed. Having to realize that really freaked me out. And just the whole nature of this. It's so simple if people were informed and got involved. Look, I don't know what it is about leftists that they're physically ugly. And I don't claim I'm great looking either, but they're really insecure, they're physically ugly, and they hate anybody that's strong. Just please stop trying to blow the planet up so you could be a big guy or something. Just stop, okay? I'm gonna do one more video. I'm gonna compose myself and talk about the blackmail of Trump. I'm gonna do that in 3 minutes. We're gonna end this live transmission. I'm gonna go see my wife, and I'll be back in 3 minutes. I'm gonna do a thing on the blackmail of Trump in a way he needs to respond to it. We know what's going on. We've got intel. We're gonna break that big exclusive down in just a moment. But that's it for this live transmission. Newswars.com, Infowars.com. If you want to be schmucks and conned your whole life, don't listen to me. You want to go with the establishment? See how that works out for you.